Hi guys, so I'm back with another entry here from Qingdao, China. Today we will be talking about what my favorite things are about the place I'm studying abroad in. So I'll be telling you all the things I love about my home here in Qingdao, China. So the first thing that I love about this place is all of the friends I have made. I live in the international dorm building, and obviously I take language classes here, and it is with all international people, and I have made so many friends. I've made American friends, Korean friends, Japanese friends, Australian friends, Russian, Belgium friends that are from Belgium. I don't know how you would say that. Yeah, well, they're from Belgium. So yeah, all kinds of people, all from around the world, and I've got to, talk to them about like where they're from and all this stuff. Oh, Mongolia, I know a girl from Mongolia too. So it's been pretty awesome getting to know all of these people. I'm actually really sad that I'll be leaving next semester, and I've made all these really good friends and I can't take them back home with me, so it's kind of sad, but it's really awesome to have all of these connections that I have made here in China with all these like international friends, so it's pretty awesome. I hang out on a general basis. I hang out with my American friends because obviously when you live in a place you tend to go to the people who you are familiar with. So I hang out with a lot of my American friends. Some of them I made back in America and some of them I made while I was here, but we all go to the same university, so I'm sure we'll still be friends when we go back next semester. We also have made pretty good friends with a few of the Japanese and Korean students. We hang out with them pretty much every day. It's kind of to the point now where we just like burst into each other's rooms and just like hang out with each other, so it's pretty awesome that we've gotten that close with them. As for some of the other students, in my class I have Korean students. I did have some Russian students, but they went back already. I'm assuming, I haven't seen them in a while, so I'm assuming that they already went back. Some Australian students, a girl from Mongolia and a guy from Belgium, and it's really cool to hear all the stories that they have. A lot of the times in class, like we'll talk about a topic and then like cars, and be like, oh, in your home country, like, do people drive cars? Or in your home country, how much does this cost? Or what do you do for this? Today we actually, because, oh, happy Independence Day! I am so sad that I'm not going to be home for the 4th of July, but that's okay. Today in class I told my teacher, today is the one of the bigger holidays in America, and it's Independence Day, and then of course she made me go up in front of the class with my friend and talk about how we celebrate the 4th of July in America, and of course it was all in Chinese, so I was like, I did not prepare for this, but that's okay. So I went up there and just told them all about like the good food and the friends and the fireworks and everything, so that's awesome. That's okay, but back on topic. So talking about like teachers and everything, that is one of the second thing that I love about here in China. I have some amazing teachers. I have 2 teachers. I'm in a lower Chinese level because I only took a semester before I came here. So I only have 2 classes, which is a comprehensive course and a speaking course. And both of my teachers are the nicest people I have ever met. They are some of the greatest teachers I've ever had. My class is relatively small. It used to be bigger, but no one really comes to class anymore. I'd say on an average basis, 4 to 5 people come to class every single day, and there's a lot more at the beginning, but that's okay, because it kind of gives us a lot more one-on-one time with the teacher, which is really nice. So especially my comprehensive teacher, she tends to really make sure that every individual is caught up with what she's talking about. She will go over a topic, whether it's like grammar or new vocabulary or anything like that, and once we've covered it, she'll give us she'll say, review the section for a few minutes, and if you have a question, go ahead and ask me. And she'll come by to each student and say, oh, do you understand what's going on? Can I help you with anything? So she really tries to make sure that we are all on the same page. My speaking teacher is so sweet. She is smiling all the time. Like, I don't think I've ever seen her in a bad mood or not smiling. So it's really nice to have a teacher like that who is all happy, and she really cares about us. And so in the speaking class, obviously we do a lot of speaking, and she gives us a lot of like daily use expressions and things like that. So she'll like give us a question and tell us how like different ways we would be able to answer that. And so she'll like take turns and like say like, okay, now you answer the question, now you answer the question, and she waits on each person and actually gives them time to answer the question on their own. What is really frustrating, this isn't one of my favorite things, but what's kind of frustrating in talking to Chinese people is they don't give you time to kind of think about how you want to answer in Chinese, and if they know English, they'll just start talking in English. So she actually gives you a chance to think about what you want to say, because obviously when you're first learning, it's hard to come up with what you want to say right off the top of your head. So that is another thing I love about China is the teachers are amazing. They're both just the sweetest teachers I've ever had, and they're really awesome. So it's made the whole experience of learning Chinese a lot better. To have a teacher that actually feels like they care about you and care about how you're doing is really, really nice. We take tests, but she doesn't really base anything off of tests. A lot of the time she'll say, it doesn't matter what you get. You can't compare yourself to these tests or to what other people got in the test. You have to compare yourself to, were you better than you were yesterday? And she's like, every single one of my students have improved, and I'm proud of all of you, and you guys should all be, proud of yourself because you're very clever. Clever is a word that Chinese people use a lot. They always say you're very clever. That's a very popular word that they use, and so she's really nice, and she always gives us encouragement and says as long as you're progressing and trying, then that's all that matters. I really like that part. It's gonna be hard to go back to America and have like the 100 student lecture hall classes where the teachers are just kind of like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna teach and I don't know your name or anything. That's okay. Some of the other things that the teachers have done is they really want us to get involved in the culture here. And so we've gone out to different places. Like we went out to eat a traditional Chinese lunch, and they've taken us to a traditional Chinese tea house and things like that. So it was really nice to see the traditionalism of China, and also to kind of have a fun time with our classmates where we're not like in a classroom setting, where we can actually get to know them and practice our Chinese. So it's really nice, and they really do care about their students. So I really like that part. The other thing that I really like is the food here. I absolutely love Chinese food, and not American Chinese food. I'm talking about real, authentic, traditional Chinese food. It is so good. A lot of people I know that when I like show my friends or my parents, and they're like, oh, what are you eating? That looks weird. But once you get past the differences between American food and Chinese food, it's actually really good. We eat a few weird things. Like, we actually go out to Korean food a lot, and we'll eat cow tongue, which I know sounds kind of weird, but it is delicious. And then one of our other favorite things is chicken hearts, which when I tell people that, they're like, chicken hearts gross, but it's, when you look at it, you can't, like, if you don't look at it and think, oh my gosh, this is a chicken heart, it just looks like a thing of meat, and it's juicy and delicious. So don't be turned off by names. I've pretty much gotten to the point where I can try anything. I just eat it without even asking what it is, because I'm just like, I don't even care anymore, just give me food. So there's a lot of really good food here. I really like it. It's gonna suck going back to America, because there's a lot of American food that I don't like, which everybody makes fun of me for, because they're like, you're not American, how do you not like these foods? Like, for example, I absolutely hate mashed potatoes. I think mashed potatoes are the nastiest. I think mashed potatoes are the nastiest thing on the planet. I cannot stand them. Another thing that I hate is macaroni and cheese. Oh my god, it is so weird, because I love like noodles and I love cheese, but macaroni and cheese I absolutely cannot stand. I remember being a kid, and like I had a babysitter. It was like my mom's friend, and she made macaroni and cheese for lunch, and she did not like believe me that I didn't like macaroni and cheese. She thought I was just being like annoying, and so she like made me sit down and like eat macaroni and cheese, and I was like gagging and whatever, and it was so awful, and I couldn't finish it, and I like sat at the table forever. And then finally my mom came home and was like, she's never liked macaroni and cheese, and the lady was like, I'm so sorry, I thought you were just being like stubborn. So yeah, I cannot stand macaroni and cheese. It is disgusting. But Chinese food, there is not one Chinese food that I absolutely like don't like. I can pretty much eat anything here, and I absolutely love it. So, and Chinese food is a lot more is like healthier too, because there's not like, they don't fry a lot of stuff, and a lot of the food we eat is like vegetables. A lot of the vegetables back home are like from cans and stuff, so they don't taste very good, but I love the vegetables here. Like I don't really like green beans from a can, are kind of gross, but the green beans here are really delicious. So I really like the food here. Every day I get this. It's actually like, it's from Korea or Japan or something, I don't really know, but it's like this, it's in the shape of a triangle, and it is like rice with tuna inside, and then it's wrapped in seaweed, and it is like my favorite snack of all time, and I eat so many of them because, like, one, like, they're absolutely delicious, two, they're like really simple, and three, they're pretty good for you because I mean it's rice and fish, like, and there's nothing like really no oils or anything like that, so I love it so much, and everybody makes fun of me because I eat so many of them all the time, and it's like when I go back to America, I'm not gonna have those, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, so I looked up the recipe, and hopefully I'll be able to make them because they are so good. But yeah, so I really like the food here. If you cannot tell, because I'm really excited talking about food, but I just love food in general, so it's delicious, so yeah. Another thing that I love here is that it is so easy to travel around. Yeah, we've been to a lot of places since I've got here. I've been to Beijing, to Xi'an, to Shanghai, to Seoul, South Korea, to Qingdao, and I've traveled a lot around the city here in Qingdao. So I've been to quite a few places, which is pretty awesome. Oh, I've been to Dalian too. So, and it's pretty cheap. We take the train a lot, or fly. Flying is pretty cheap because most of the things here are relatively close, so it doesn't cost as much, which is nice. So I really like traveling. We went and saw the terracotta soldiers in Xi'an, and in Beijing we saw the Great Wall and a bunch of temples and things like that. And in Qingdao we went to a World of Warcraft and StarCraft themed amusement park, which it's not like a real place because it's not like what am I trying to say? It's not like associated with the real like World of Warcraft or StarCraft, but China kind of just does whatever they want, and it's actually called Joyland, but like the architecture and stuff is based off those two games, and it was really fun. And then we went to after that we went to Shanghai and just visited and saw the traditional stuff, so it was pretty cool. So yeah, I really like that. I really like that I've got to travel around to all these places while I've been here. It's been quite an experience. When we went to the amusement park, we had like 12 or 13 people with us, and that was quite an experience. To get there, this was so much fun. We actually took a bus, and it was like, it's supposed to be like a 12-hour bus ride, I think, maybe. And I was like, oh, it's gonna suck, sitting upright in a bus for 12 hours. My plane ride here took like 15 hours, and you're sitting upright in a chair, and it really sucks. But to my great surprise, it was a sleeper bus, which means that instead of seats, you have a bed. So you just lay down in this bed and you go to sleep, and it was awesome. So yeah, and it was relatively cheap. I think it was 200 kwai for it, which I think maybe 200 kwai is like $30 US. So that's pretty cheap, I'd say. I don't know anything about bus rides in America because I've never like taken a bus anywhere, but I'd say that $30 for a bus ride to a place that's like 12 hours away is pretty freaking cheap in my experiences. So that's awesome. And like I said, traveling through plane is not that expensive because you're not going very far, and yeah, so it's been awesome to be able to visit all these places, and I'm really glad to have the opportunity. So it has really inspired me to do more traveling, which will cost me more money, so yay for spending money, but it's totally worth it. Okay, so another thing that I like is Qingdao is so close to the ocean. Where I'm from in America, I am smack dab in the middle. No oceans anywhere near me. I've only been to the ocean a couple times, and my experiences there were not too great. During one of them, I almost drowned and got picked up by a tour boat, and it was not fun, but it's been really nice living by the ocean. It stayed cold for a really long time. It probably didn't get warm enough to go to the ocean until the end of May, beginning of June, and still the water was, it's still pretty cold. I haven't really swam yet, but it's nice to go and hang out at the beach. We have gone down there for birthday parties, and we have gone to the beach to grill shish kebabs, which is really, really good. They are so delicious. Oh my gosh. We got pork and chicken hearts, and I know chicken hearts, but they're delicious. I wish you guys could taste them because they are so good. But it takes, on the bus, it actually takes a good 20 to 30 minutes to get to the ocean side, but that's just because the traffic is really bad. If you had a straight shot from where I'm at like driving from like where I'm at to the ocean side, it'd probably take like 10 minutes. It's very, very close. Really cool view because on one side you have beautiful, green mountains, beautiful, luscious nature surrounding you. It's the only nature you can find in the city. And on the other side is the beautiful, beautiful ocean, depending on where you're at. If you go to where like the harbor is, it's kind of dirty. There's trash and stuff, but I mean that's because there's ships all around. There is like a number one bathing beach, which is really, really, really busy. It's relatively clean though. It's not too bad. But we always go to like the opposite direction to the other side of the beach where there's not as many people, and it's not the prettiest beach I've seen. I mean, I've been to New Zealand and the beach in like southern Taiwan, and they were absolutely beautiful, so it absolutely does not compare to them, but it's not bad at all. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so those are some of the things that I love about where I'm living right now. It has been awesome. So yeah, I really like it here. It's pretty fun. A lot of things to do. A lot of things to see. I don't really know what I'm talking about anymore, but that's okay. Those are the things that I have found enjoyable in my stay here. But probably if I had to pick one, my favorite thing would be all the friends I've made. It's been pretty awesome. Oh my god, I wasn't recording. Okay, so I had a mild panic attack because my computer was acting weird, and I thought that I had just gone that whole time without recording, and I was going to like throw my laptop across the room, but it's okay, it all worked out, and I actually did record it, so I'm not, gonna have to redo that. Sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself, you really do. Okay, well that's all for today, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.